Wow. The Jewish community has always liked to talk. And I think I kind of misread maybe tonight a little bit because I thought we would come in a certain way. And what I'm seeing is we're coming in just in need of each other, to be together and just kind of explode with just the comfort of home. And so let's do this. Let's introduce ourselves to the people around us, get to know our neighbors. Look behind you, to the right of you, to the left of you. We gather as one this evening. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, 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 Am Yisrael. Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. So tonight, we were supposed to host amidst the service our Partakers program and highlight their work. The Partakers program is an incredible program that pairs volunteer mentor teams with incarcerated individuals enrolled in college behind bars, their degree programs, and with women and men recently released from prison who are navigating the challenges and opportunities of reentry. And for the past 6 years, TBE has partnered with Partakers. Our TBE mentor teams have mentored and built positive, supportive relationships. And tonight, we're going to have a program not in the service, but after the service instead. And so I just want to thank our mentors, our former mentees who are here, who will not be highlighted in the service, but afterwards. So if you're going home, watch it on Zoom, because there are incredible stories of the power of education behind the wall and the challenges and redemption that they faced and found as returning citizens. And so I just want to acknowledge all of those individuals. So if you are here for Partakers, we would like to honor you by coming up here for the lighting of our Shabbat candles. I don't know how many of you are here right now, but come on up. Don't be shy. We at least want to see you, and we look forward to learning from you after the service. Hi, David. Come on up right around. We'll have some TB members kind of guide you through, because we have a special reading that we've added just for this evening. And so let's begin in our visual tefillah. If you're joining us on Zoom, I don't think you'll have the words, but let's read responsively together in the sanctuary. When all seems dark and the darkness is harsh, give me your hand. When I cannot see light even in the brightest day, give me your hand. When you are tired and every breath is heavy, give me your hand. When my words do not grasp the depth of yearning in my soul, give me your hand. When your feelings are overwhelming or dulled, give me your hand. When I am confused and don't know what to do, give me your hand.
So that we may be together, give me your hand.
Pam, you'll light candles for us?
I lit the wrong candle. I'm
That's
sorry,
okay.
Pam. Yes. Go ahead.
Together.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We look forward to learning from you later. Let us now continue on Visual Tefillah or in our prayer books on page 643, a song we don't normally sing on Shabbat, but we thought it would be most appropriate to begin with these words from Nachman of Bratslav. Kol ha'olam kulo, the world is a very narrow bridge, but the important thing is not to be afraid.
Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od, kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od, v'ha'ikar lo לפחד כלל, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל,
So before we begin with the words of Shalom Aleichem, part of our Kabbalat Shabbat service, I just want to welcome all of our visitors, and especially Senator Elizabeth Warren, who returns to us. But Senator Warren asked not to address the congregation, but simply just to be with us this evening. And so I'm deeply grateful for her presence and a reminder of the support we're receiving as a Jewish people throughout the land, throughout the world. And I'm just so grateful. Many of the church communities locally also asked to be with us. And so we've invited them to join us next Friday night rather than this Friday night. Tonight we thought we just needed to be together. For those who don't know, this was an incredibly challenging week for the Jewish people. The deadliest day since the events of the Holocaust occurred last Saturday. And so we thought what we needed was to honor the tradition of not mourning on Shabbat, but acknowledging that this Shabbat was a little different than any Shabbat before. And so we thought we would slow down some of the music, make sure the pictures this week are from the land of Israel, and to choose melodies that reminded us of Israel, whether by Israeli composers or those that are often sung in Israel. And so let's join together. Shalom Aleichem, page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei
This is a melody sung on the beaches of Tel Aviv Friday nights.
Elyon, Melech, Malchei bless us with peace. Barchuni l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mi-melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu tzedchem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mi-melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 138. The melody is known as Lincoln's Nigun,
It is known as Lincoln's Nigun by Joey Weisenberg.
but it has nothing to do specifically with Abraham Lincoln.
Kacha.
So what is the story?
So the story behind it, Joey Weisenberg, many of you know him, a composer from Brooklyn, now in the Philly area, writes that when Abraham Lincoln used to go out to inspect his troops, the men would stand in miles-long lines, opening up to the right and to the left as Lincoln came through. And so we think of ourselves as opening up to the right and opening up to the left to let something really big and holy and peaceful come to us.
And that is the Shabbat. So let's join together in Lincoln's Nigun. We're going to sing this melody all the way through. It has a plaintive feel to it.
Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha hishmianu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem u'tiferet v'lithilah holecha dodi likrat kala o penei Shabbat nekabela holecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki hi mekor haberacha merosh mikerem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila holecha dodi likrat kala o penei Shabbat nekabela holecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Fifth stanza. Hitoreri, ki va'orech kumi uri, shir dabeiri, kivod Adonai alayich nigla, holecha
if you're able, let's all rise, face the rear of the sanctuary. This is where we turn right and left and welcome the Sabbath. Enter, come to us, come in peace. Come to your people, guide us with peace. Come. Continuing with the words of Baruch Hu, once said at the ancient temple in Jerusalem, gathering the people from far and wide. Together as one.
We turn to page 148 as we continue in the middle of Ma'ariv Aravim.
The words are Or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Let's join together with this simple melody. Or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. That repeats. Or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Let's do it twice more. You can add harmony. Or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. It might sound like this. Or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or.
Bereshit bara Elohim. We read these opening words of our Torah this week in Parashat Bereshit. In the beginning, the world was tohu vavohu, chaotic depths and boundless darkness. But then God spoke, Vayhi or, And there was light, and the light was good. There was still no sun yet to brilliantly blaze in the noontime sky, no moon or stars to sparkle at night. So it must have been just a little light, a little spark, like the light of a Shabbat candle. But that light was enough to forever transform the darkness from an endless emptiness into a vessel waiting to be filled with light. And so we praise you, God, whose speech purples the evening and inks the sky at night, because even in the deepest darkness, we can await with faith and hope the slow brightening of the horizon as you roll away the darkness and help us find light once more.
Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim.
Continue on page 150.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah umitzvot Chukim umishpatim Otanu limadeta Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah umitzvot Chukim umishpatim Otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofeinu uvkumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah umitzvot Chukim umishpatim Otanu limadeta Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
We continue in these words of Torah on page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzabecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם emet. We continue together on page 157, the English at the top of the page.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught. Before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it's eternally Egypt. That there's a better place, a promised land, and the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. That there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Join with me. ונאמר כי פרע אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
Let's join with Asher and with Oren. Let there be love.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let's do that again. Let there be love and understanding among us.
Come on, love.
Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, Leshalom. V'ha'amidenu, Shomreinu lechaim. Ufros aleinu, Sukat shlomecha. Ashkivenu,
Ashkivenu,
Adonai Eloheinu.
Eloheinu,
Ashkivenu, understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. One more time, just our voices. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
Page 164. We'll invite you to rise. For the Amidah, we'll sing our first 3 prayers together and then continue individually, silently.
Adonai, Sifatai Tifta, Yagi Tehilatecha, Adonai, Sifatai Tifta. Yagi Tehilatecha, open up our lips so we may praise your name. Open up our hearts so we may feel our pain. Open up our souls and let our love make us whole. And we will praise, we will praise your name, Adonai, Sifatai Tifta. Yagi Tehilatecha, Adonai, Sifatai Tifta. Yagi Tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, העליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
As people conclude their independent prayers, I'd like us to put up the next slide. I can't get it out. These are the names of the individuals being held hostage that we think of this evening. And let's get to the next slide. That's too hard to see. And we're going to join together in a prayer for Israel. I'd like to call upon Guy Ronen, who works with Achim L'Chaim, an organization we support that works with injured soldiers. And as we know, so many were injured this past week and continue to risk their lives in support of our nation. And so, thinking of all of them, let's read together in English. Our God and God of our ancestors, Shekhinah, source of life, Rock and Redeemer of Israel, strengthen and deliver all who stand on guard, protecting their homes. Safeguard and save them from trouble and distress. Hear their prayers and ours and deliver them. Save those who are trapped in their homes. Grant them inner strength, faith, and hope. Bolster them in these terrifying times. Send your mercy to the anxious mothers and hurting fathers and the children. May it be your will to remember us, to take notice of us, to meet us for compassion, for we trust in you. Return all those kidnapped safe and sound to their homes without the spilling of innocent blood, without their souls becoming tarnished by horrific acts. Strengthen those who protect our holy land, soldiers and civilians alike. Compassionate God, may our prayer be fulfilled. Let nation not lift up sword against nation. And let them say war no more. Let us say amen.
A prayer for peace. Ose shalom bimroma hu yaseh shalom hu yaseh shalom aleinu yaseh shalom aleinu Ose shalom bimroma hu yaseh shalom hu yaseh shalom aleinu yaseh shalom aleinu
Page 371, we have our prayer for healing. And it's a moment where we need unfathomable amounts of healing. Because we are so many voices strong tonight, if you are praying for someone and would like to share a name aloud, we're going to invite you to rise in your seats, and we'll all say those voices together and hear that strength. So if you're praying for someone this Shabbat, welcome to rise and share that name aloud.
Jim Harper.
Thank you. Page 371.
Shebera Avoteinu Mikol habracha leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Yisheberach imoteinu mikol habracha lavoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
On Shabbat, especially as a community, we lift up our blessings that we share together, our God-given miracles that we have experienced this week, whether they have been birthdays, anniversaries, or other milestones to recount. So let's start with birthdays, anniversaries. Steve? I can't hear you from back there. Somebody translate for me. Did
2
you-
years ago, anniversary daughter.
Thank you.
Caught something in there.
Mazel tov. Whose hand is next? Yes, Mel. Your mother, will you please wish her a happy birthday for us? Mazel tov. Yes. Your mother turned
Who's
95 as well. Mazel tov. Didn't you also have another one to share? You had a granddaughter. Thank God for new life. Mazel tov. Who is that? Yes, Meryl. Your mother turned 94. There's something in the water 90-something years ago. Yes, go ahead, Gareth, Susan. You also have a new grandson.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Amazing.
We've got Mike in the front.
And Toby. Mazel tov. That's awesome. Another milestone, yes? I turned 88. A mere 88 for David. Mazel tov. And over
Oh, we got
here,
one more?
yes,
Sorry,
I love this.
we
Let's
got-
keep them coming. Rachel. Your baby turned 17. I can't believe that. Whose hand did I see? Karen. You and Mark have been married 29 years? Mazel tov. Amazing. Yes. Shira lost a tooth. Was it her first one? She's ahead. Yes, Ben. And your parents' 50th. Pass it along. Yes, Risa. And Neil and Risa celebrated 30.
My son celebrated 10 years tonight.
10 years. Pass it along. Mazel tov. Wow. I just want to keep hearing this machot, Rabbi, all the joyous things. But let's join together. Words of Shehachianu. This is by this picture by one of our Haifa brothers.
The Baha'i Gardens in Haifa.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Let's say Amen as one community, nice and strong.
So I was really hoping not to speak this evening, I must admit. We were supposed to have a guest speaker until very recently. And I was hoping not to speak because this was a tough week. Very different than Pittsburgh, I just want to share. Pittsburgh was unbelievable and paradigm shifting for an important reason for American Jewry. But this week felt like a nation was threatened, a people was threatened. And the calls that came in of need were just so immensely overwhelming and great, and they continue to come in. This was a week unlike any other. So I just want to share a few words and share with you what I hope our community will do in the weeks ahead, because the work's going to be hard, and it's going to be lengthy. And it's going to be important. So early on Saturday morning, those who were here on Simchat Torah may remember, someone last night told me, I've never looked so distracted. And it was because before the service, I spoke to someone in the Israeli government. And he said to me, Joel, Israel's been attacked, and it's much worse than anyone knows. In Israel, in America, it's much worse. And I came to services, and those who were here remember, I started the service by saying, I just spoke to Israel, and it's much worse than anyone knows. And my phone's been ringing ever since. So if I haven't gotten back to you, I'm sorry. But this week I've experienced so many emotions, like so many of you, from complete shock to sadness, to frustration, to anger, vengeance, disappointment, fear, and a deep need for community. And so I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Members of our congregation, Senator Warren, members of the church community who are here or want to be here, those on Zoom. I want to thank you for being here, despite the security concerns that were forced upon us on this day, that reminded us of the security concerns of being a Jew. Tomorrow evening, Lily, where are you, Lily, who's going to become a mitzvah? I saw you come in, you could hardly get a seat. Yes, Lily in the morning and Lily in the afternoon. Lily in the morning is reading Breshit. Lily in the afternoon is reading Noah. Where's Lily in the afternoon? Oh, that's the seat you got. Wow, way back there. So Lily in the afternoon is reading a very familiar portion. It's the story of Noah. And in Noah, chapter 6, we know God nearly destroyed the world with a flood. Verse 13, it says, I have decided to put an end to all flesh, says God, for the world is filled with lawlessness. In Hebrew, the word for lawlessness is Hamas. It's an amazing coincidence because 3,000 years ago, they had no idea about the fundamentalist, religious, anti-Semitic terror organization that we know as Hamas. Hamas in the Torah is just lawlessness. Hamas right now is an acronym for the Arabic that means Islamic resistance movement. But there it is in the Torah portion that Lily's going to read. The world will be destroyed by Hamas. So what does Noah do? Well, we know. He builds an ark. He protects his family, just as we need to do today. Build an ark for a tiny people, less than 1% of the world's population, to protect ourselves against the flood of terror and hatred. And so tonight, I just want to share with you what I hope we'll do as a community to build an ark of safety from a terror that none of us are really prepared for. As you know, this week we moved quickly from Simchat Torah services. Our clergy quickly met, and within an hour, an email went out to the community that we would gather Saturday evening and acknowledge the events of the day. We then quickly notified not only our community, but all of our friends and family in Israel. And then we gathered on Saturday evening, not fully knowing the fullness of the destruction. On Monday afternoon, we joined the JCRC and CJP in a public rally. And on Monday evening, we had over 500 people on Zoom learning with Gideon Argov, who did such a magnificent job, such a complex day and situation. On Tuesday, we shifted all of our school learning. On Wednesday, we gathered for a service of prayer and reflection. We reached out to churches who will join us soon. And this Monday, we'll host another speaker, the editor of The Forward, who was also the New York Times Mideast correspondent during the first Gaza war, this Monday evening. We will continue to meet the needs of our community, who are too often scared to live comfortably as a Jew in America. And there are many needs in our community. Today, only half of our toddlers went to our nursery school program. And so tonight, I want to ask for your help, because my fear is that as Israel prepares for a ground incursion, which will probably come soon, to rescue the hostages and disempower Hamas so they cannot kill and pillage again, 7 things must define our work. So 7 things I'm going to run through quickly. 7's a lot, but it's a full number in Judaism, as you know. 1, we need to meet the pastoral needs of our congregation by reaching out to our members with family and friends in Israel, and there are many. People who are deeply worried about their future in Israel, and then about our future right here in America. I'm specifically mentioning our college students who I've heard from this week. College students who don't feel safe on campus. We need to reach out to them. I've heard from too many college students who no longer feel safe wearing a Jewish star on campus. This should be of great concern. Number 2, we need to stand with Israel, partnering with churches and schools so that they can understand the challenges and concerns of the Jewish state, to work towards a 2-state solution, 2 lands for 2 peoples living in security and peace, to know that Hamas is a terror organization. Over and over, it has proven it is not a partner. And unfortunately, this is not going to be an easy battle. There are over 2 million people living in Gaza, with weapons and terrorists hidden amidst the population. And we are going to need to work with our neighbors to gain their support. It is my hope that there will be a solidarity march in Wellesley soon, planned by the World of Wellesley. And I invite members of our congregation to get involved, to work with the JCRC and CJP in developing relationships so that we as a Boston community can stand together to support the Jewish state. Number 3, not just reach out to the pastoral needs, not just support Israel, but stand up against anti-Semitism. And most importantly, not be afraid. As I spoke to the ministers in town throughout this past year, they could not believe that we have security in Wellesley every single day. But we do. They couldn't even believe that we lock our doors. We have college students who feel embattled, high school students who don't feel comfortable and safe. And so, as I mentioned on the High Holy Days, we are beginning a new committee chaired by Eric Rosen to combat anti-Semitism. It is in partnership with the ADL, and I invite you to get involved. A meeting was supposed to be this Monday, but the ADL just moved it back a week because we have to completely pivot, because anti-Semitism in the coming weeks is going to take different forms than we had ever imagined. Number 3, stand up against anti-Semitism. Number 4, we need to reach out to our friends and family in Israel. Today, we joined on Zoom for services with our sister congregation in Haifa. They need to know that we are here, that they're not alone. And we will reach out to our lone soldiers, those fighting for Israel, who are members of our congregation, as well as members of our own community who are currently living in Israel as academics, as students. Let them know we are here, that they are not alone. Number 5, and this is a big one, we need to raise money for Israel. In the last 48 hours, I've probably received over 30 requests from Israel looking for money, and they're all worthy. But right now, we are collecting for CJP. Why? Because they are the best at creating a large collective and dispersing our monies on the ground. So we have provided the links to CJP and Or Hadash, our sister congregation, who we've developed relationships with, who are working hard in our sister city of Haifa, not only for those who are suffering and in shelters, but those who are working every day on issues of coexistence. As we know, we've always been proud that Haifa was the city of coexistence between Arabs and Jews, and we can't take that for granted. We need to support them. And finally, we're raising money for our Israel committee so that they will have the funds to be flexible, so that when specific needs come up, they can quickly respond. Then you're going to see other collections, and we're collecting for toddlers. Our nursery school program is collecting through the IAC supplies for children and babies in Israel. And today I received an email looking for medical professionals to sign up, doctors, nurses, and paramedics, so that they can get medical clearance in advance, just in case they're needed for service in Israel. We need people to make calls, to raise money, to ask for help, because the need is great. Number 6, we don't just need to raise money and give money. We need to ask the U.S. government to give money as well. We are grateful to President Biden and so many others for their moral clarity. And I add Senator Warren, whose comments in Boston at the recent rally were greatly appreciated. We need to stand with Israel in its hour of need to make sure that they have a strategic advantage over the terrorists whose missiles are getting more complex, more targeted, more complicated, more far-ranging. And we need to make sure that Israel has a sense of security to be able to make peace. And finally, number 7, what not to do. What not to do? Don't get sucked into social media or check the news multiple times a day. Israeli psychologists have commented that many people are checking the news and social media too often, and they do it because they think it will give them a sense of control. The more you know, the more you can handle it. But what they found is, in reality, it's just the opposite. It just reinforces your helplessness. So I am suggesting, and this may not be difficult for all of you, but it's going to be very difficult for some of you, only check social media 2 to 3 times a day. And don't read the news every hour. Place limits on yourself, not only to prevent this sense of helplessness, but by checking social media less, you'll actually have more time to do the things that are really important in life, like to be good to one another and to help people. And that's the most important thing we can do as a Jewish community, to continue to do mitzvahs, to continue to be engaged in partakers. And that's why I really wanted you to speak instead of me tonight. We need to continue to make this world a better place, to build the mensches of tomorrow, to rebuild our world, not just today, but tomorrow and the next day, with deeds of kindness. Because we know that the waters will recede. When lawlessness, when Hamas is eradicated from the lands, a dove will fly north, will fly towards us with a branch, and like Noah, announce a time of peace. And as we read in the book of Genesis, that time is marked by a rainbow, a sign from God that says, I don't want Hamas, I want love. I want mitzvahs. I want caring. Caring, love, mitzvahs, caring, love, mitzvahs, caring, love, and mitzvahs. Shabbat shalom. Good Shabbos.
This is a special selection which reminds us that we are all together one connected human tissue. כשאמות משהו ממני משהו ממני ימות בך, ימות בך. כשתמות משהו ממך בי, משהו ממך בי ימות איתך, ימות איתך. כי כולנו, כן כולנו, כולנו רקמה אנושית אחת חיה, ואם אחד מאיתנו הולך מעימנו, אז משהו מת בנו, משהו נשאר איתו. אם נדע איך להרגיע את האיבה, אם רק נדע, אם נדע להשקיט את זעמנו, על אף עלבוננו לומר סליחה, להתחיל מההתחלה, כי כולנו, כן כולנו, כולנו רקמה אנושית אחת חיה, ואם אחד מאיתנו הולך מעימנו, אז משהו מת בנו, משהו נשאר איתו. נשאר
When Senator Warren called this afternoon, I said services end at 7 o'clock. And I knew she had somewhere to go. So I apologize for holding you over. But we would like to sing Hatikva together. And then if you need to leave, we appreciate your being here. But let's all rise for the words of Hatikva.
Kol od balevav penima, nefesh Yehudi homia, ulfatei mizrach kadima, ayin letzion Sophia. Od lo avda tikvateinu, hatikva bashnot alpayim, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון בירושלים. להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון בירושלים.
Page 586, a prayer that a better day will come. Aleinu l'shabech.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. At this time, we'd like to invite the mourners in our midst to rise, or if you are mourning someone who died this week in the land of Israel, we invite you to rise and recite the names of those individuals. Let's all go around.
Let's join together as we rise as a community in mourning, as a people in mourning. Page 598. Yikadal Vidkadash Meraba Belma Divrach Hirte Vianlich Malchute Bechayachon Vyomechon Vechaye Dechol Beit Yisrael Bagala Visman Kari Vimru Amen Yehe Shemei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Ume Omaya Yitzbarach V'Yishtabach V'Yitzba'ar V'Tramam V'Yitnaseh V'Yitadar V'Yitaleh V'Yitalal Shemed Kudasha B'Richu Le'ela Min Kol Birachata V'Shirata Tushbechata V'Nechemata Da'amiran Be'alma V'Imru Amen Yehe Shalama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen Oseh Shalom B'Mromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen
Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Lily and Lily, come on up here.
And also Max Wallace.
Max Wallace.
I understand. Do you want to say something, Rabbi Harper?
So Max Wallace, who has been part of our community for so many years, this is his last week working here, but before he left, he wants to affirm his commitment to the Jewish people, to Judaism, with an adult bar mitzvah at Minyan tomorrow morning. So if you'd like to join in celebrating 10 a.m. tomorrow in the Beit Midrash or on Zoom.
We'll have a chance to say those two special words. But let's first join together with our Bar Mitzvah students. We are on page 123 or on the screen. You can lift up the cup and give us a hearty Lily, I know. You guys know it too?
Baruch atah Adonai.
Eloheinu melech haolam, borei beri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher hishanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho ve'ahavah ratzon.
Zikaron le'maaseh bereshit, Yom tefila lemikra'e kodesh, Sefer letziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu v'avarta, ve'otanu kidasha, Olamim, B'Shabbat Kodecha, Be'ahava u'ratzon, Kinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat.
L'chaim, to the three of you. Let's uncover the challah, and as you're doing that, I just want to once again acknowledge the partaker crowd. Eventually, you're going to go this way for dinner, and then it's hybrid, right? When can people sign on if they come back? 8 o'clock? We're a little late. We'll eat quickly. 8:10. Then I want to mention Monday night, we have the editor of The Forward, who is New York Times on the Gaza border. We have Supporting a Friend with Cognitive Changes, a hybrid event on Tuesday night, and many other things taking place. You ready, you guys? Where did Max go? He disappeared to tech. All right, here we go. Lily and Lily, get us started. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Take a bite from our entire community. We can say to you and your families, Mazel Tov. Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos, everybody.
Thank you to Elon for joining us.
והעיקר, והעיקר, לא לפחד, לא לפחד. והעיקר, והעיקר, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר, והעיקר, לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר, והעיקר, לא לפחד כלל. ינאי, נאי, ינאי, נאי, 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 ינאי, נאי, נאי, יאי, נאי, נאי, נאי,
We need some more women up here. Rachel,
We had women.